Good, you've arrived. Sialius has secured us a good opportunity that could significantly help the
Do you
war
need
effort.
something?
I'll let him explain.
Yes, if we can pull this off, we may find fighting off the Dominion significantly easier. Let me ask you a question. Do you know what happened to Hammerfell at the end of the Great War? That's right. They believe the Empire abandoned them when we recalled all of our legions to the Imperial City for the Battle of the Red Ring. They also refused to accept the terms of the White Gold Concordant. You can hardly blame them, really. Since then, the Red Guards have been very tight on their exports to the Empire. They've also been very reluctant to engage in political matters. Something about them not being comfortable negotiating with Thalmor puppets. A bit dramatic if you ask me, but they weren't totally wrong. Well, times have changed. The Empire is no longer under the control of the Thalmor. I've managed to secure a meeting with some diplomats from Hammerfell. Very prominent figures in the Red Guard leadership. We're going to meet with them and discuss what we can do about this Dominion threat together. Any questions? They have as much reason to hate the Dominion as anyone else. Sure, they held them off from taking Hammerfell, but it wasn't without any losses. Lots of towns and villages on the southern border were destroyed by the Dominion as they advanced. The diplomats are traveling into Skyrim with a small convoy. They'll cross the border into the Reach. The meeting will be held in Understone Keep in Markarth. The Red Guards were cautious about moving too far into the province, so Markarth will have to serve. I will be there as our representative. I want you to travel to the border to meet them and escort them to Markarth. I assume they will be bringing their own guards, but the threat of a Dominion ambush is too great. It would make me sleep better knowing you were there to protect them, and it would also serve as a kind opening gesture. Sending one of our greatest warriors to protect and escort them, that can't hurt. I also want you there at the talks. You've proved to be nothing but useful to us thus far. What is some conversation around a table over killing waves of Dominion soldiers, hmm? Something a bit more peaceful for once. So, are you ready? Excellent. If they stick to the plan, they should be crossing the border just south of Markarth. There's an orc stronghold in that area called Dushnik-Yo. Head there and you should find them around that area. So we're good to go. I'll head to Markarth and you will find the convoy and then escort them to Markarth. Oh no, don't worry. I have my own guards. I'll be perfectly safe, I assure you. Thank you for offering, though.
Something I can help you with?
As a matter of fact, I do blame you. I've traveled all over Tamriel, and this is the first time I've gotten lost. I thought you, Alakir, were supposed to be the best.
The best warriors, not the best nephews. I suppose the map you brought was useless.
Well, it is, seeing as we don't know where
Skyrim might
we
be a
are on
cold
it.
place with miserable people, but after a few drinks you don't really notice. Speaking of which, I'm getting a little thirsty.
Oh, you're fairly sure? How reassuring. Why use a map when we can go on your wild guesses? I hope you're better with a sword than with directions, or God's help us if we are found. You there. Could you point us in the direction of the city of Markarth? I fear we've gotten quite lost. You have? Who are you? Who sent you? Ah, I've heard all about you. Been giving the Dominion quite a bit of trouble. Or so it's said. So Sialius has sent his best to escort me. I'm flattered. I have the honor to be Kalort. My companion here is Jartad. This here is Malin, the commander of my guard. I trust you know the way to Markarth from here.
So, we are on the right path. I think the 9 Sialius sent you. Now
suspect we might have ended up halfway to elsewhere.
Let me give you some room.
He has plenty of men. Why waste one of his best walking us to Markarth? Did he? Does he think flattery will win us over in these talks? I'm afraid we're not so easy. No matter. Come, let us go. I want to reach the city as soon as possible.
Dominion soldiers, they found us.
Get to Markarth as soon as possible, in case my soldiers show up.
Out with it. Good morning.
Fight or die well. Keep your eyes open.
I'm rather busy. What is it? Watch yourself out there.
Time guide you.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, welcome to Skyrim. I trust you had a pleasant journey?
That's one way of describing it.
Oh, I apologize. Something happened on the road. I wasn't aware.
Yes, we were ambushed by Dominion soldiers. It would appear that they know of our presence in Skyrim.
I see. That is unfortunate. Good thing I sent my friend here to escort you then.
I'm sure we could have handled them on our own. But yes, I appreciate the gesture.
Yes, well, shall we begin? Please, take a seat. My friends, may I say what an honor it is to have?
Spare us your pleasantries, General. We don't want to remain here any longer than is necessary, especially with the Dominion onto us.
Indeed. I assume you seek Hammerfell's aid with this war of yours?
War of ours. If I may say so, I believe this war encompasses us all.
Really? I don't
People say you shouldn't be naked in public, but I managed to get a free outfit out of it, so it can't be all that bad.
I suppose you have some
I
proposals.
mean, it's not like you would leave me walking around naked the whole time.
Actually, I was thinking we could discuss terms mutually. There's no reason we cannot both come away from this meeting happy.
Indeed. Very well, what do you want to discuss first then?
Well, first of all, what kind of aid would you be prepared to give?
Well, that depends on what we would receive in return. I've seen no reason thus far that we should help you. As we said, this is your war. Us helping you would only strain our relationship with the outmarried Dominion.
What is it you want, then?
Word has it that the Emperor has gone into hiding, and that the Elder Council are all either missing, dead, or captured. And the armies of the Imperial Legion are scattered and broken.
Yes, what of it?
I suppose that makes you the closest thing to a leader for the Empire right now.
I don't know about that. What is it you would have of me?
It is simple. When the war is over, so long as the Empire survives, it will begin trading openly with Hammerfell again. As it did when Hammerfell was still a member. All borders will also be open to citizens of Hammerfell, as if they were citizens of the Empire. The only stipulation is that we are not part of the Empire. We will pay no taxes to Cyrodiil, nor supply men to or house the Imperial Legion. We will not answer to any Emperor.
That is quite a demand. What do you think?
Indeed. Believe me, I am being generous. I initially wanted to ask for much more, but I restrained myself.
Very well. I accept.
Excellent. I'm sure this will benefit both of us.
Anything else you had in mind?
Well, if you want aid from us, the money for it has to come from somewhere.
You want gold from us?
After all, this business with the war is over, of course. It only seems fair to me.
And how much do you presume this will cost?
I was thinking around the 800,000 mark.
Have you ever tried bareback?
800,000? Have you lost your mind? You plan on giving each of your men gold-plated armor or something?
I
What's
never
with the
said
funny
it was all
face?
for paying for
I
the
was
aid.
talking about horse
See the
riding.
rest of it as commission. We are taking a big risk doing these negotiations after all. If it should backfire, well, you know how it is.
What do you think? Should we give it to them? Yes, I suppose you're right. Fine, we'll pay.
Very good. I believe I said 800,000.
What do you think? How much should we give them? Yes, I suppose we don't really have a choice. We are prepared to pay you the full 800,000.
Excellent. That should more than cover the cost of our aid.
I should hope so.
So, now that all that business is out of the way, what would you have of us specifically?
Whatever aid you can supply, the more the better.
I'm afraid you're going to have to be more specific than that. The term aid covers a large amount of actions.
We would be content with typical aid, soldiers and supplies, but I had something much more drastic in mind.
And what is that, exactly?
You could declare war on the Aldmeri Dominion.
What? Are you... Have you gone totally insane, Sialius? You would have us declare war on them?
Jartod is right. That is utter madness.
Think about it. The Dominion are taking this war one province at a time. It may be that they can't take two on at once.
You there. Speak some sense into this general of yours.
She's right. The Dominion signed the White Gold Concordat, which was the peace treaty between the Empire and Dominion. They've shown how much that means to them. Do you still think they will respect your treaty?
I suppose they have shown a disregard for previous agreements.
Think about it. Do you honestly think you are safe from the Dominion? You think they won't try and attack you eventually?
They already tried during the First Great War, and they failed. I would hope they have learned their lesson.
Indeed. We have already proved that Hammerfell will not fall so easily.
That's right. In the first war, you defended one border. That's easy enough. Now Cyrodiil has fallen. Should Skyrim and High Rock follow suit, you will have Dominion ground forces on all sides. Not to mention the Dominion Navy from the coast.
That is true indeed. Perhaps we could still hold out. It is something we need to think on.
So, now that everything is agreed upon, what would you be willing to provide us in terms of aid?
Based on what you have offered us, we will declare war on the Dominion as you asked. As you said, they are going to attack us eventually. We might as well get the element of surprise. The specifics will have to be refined by our military leaders, but it should help you regardless.
Excellent. I'm happy to hear it. Even the Dominion will struggle to fight on two fronts, which should lighten the burden for both of us. So it is agreed then. The Empire will open its borders to trade and the citizens of Hammerfell without them being members. The Empire will provide Hammerfell with the sum of 800,000 septums after the war is done. In return, Hammerfell will declare war on the Aldmeri Dominion and fight alongside us.
That seems about right.
Excellent. I'm glad we could come to an agreement.
Yes, well, we must be off. We have some preparations to make.
Of course. Safe journey, my friends. I think that went very well, don't you? With Hammerfell fighting them at the same time, the Dominion's forces should be more strained, which makes fighting them easier for us. Let's back to it, I suppose. I need to get back to Windhelm and have Balfa update me on the situation. I don't like being away from the war room too long. As for you, just keep doing what you're doing, I suppose. When we need you again, I will write you, as usual. Off you go then, soldier. And well done today. Yes? Stay safe. Yes, what is it? Watch yourself out there.